What is up, YouTube? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Coach Ashley, and today we are doing a glute focused workout. But I promise you, there are no squats. All right, first exercise that we are hitting today is a superset. So it's not just one, but we will be doing two exercises back to back. So first off, we are starting off with cast bridges. So we're gonna do 10 cast bridges, and that is where we're just gonna go about halfway down. We're not going full where the weight is going to touch the ground, just halfway and back up. So really focusing on squeezing our glutes and our hamstrings throughout the entire 10 reps. Then once we finish the 10 reps, we are going straight into a dead stop hip thrust. So the weight's going to settle, completely rest, and then go back up. So instead of a normal hip thrust where you're in a constant rhythm where it might tap at the bottom, this is where we are just letting it settle, full settle at the bottom, and then come back up. That way we are really working that glute and working the hamstrings at a resting stop before we come back up in an explosive movement. So we're doing 4 sets of 10 cast glute bridges straight into 10 reps of the dead stop hip thrust. Let's get at it. All right, so as we are getting in, we are making sure that the bench is not too high. So for me right now, this bench is actually perfect for my height. I'm 5'8". So getting my lats right on the bench. I don't want you to start where your shoulder blades or right at like your delts and the top of your shoulders are hitting. If it is, then go to a lower bench or go grab the boxes and make sure that it's hitting more at your lats. That way we're getting our legs and we're at a full 90 tabletop position. We're activating our full glutes and not stopping about halfway down. We want to make sure that we're getting all the way up, continuously squeezing. I gotta be in the middle. You already know it's time to put on some more weight. Can't just stick at 135. Remembering to squeeze at the top. Keep it under control. It is not a race. Keep squeezing your butt. Eyesight forward. I don't want your head all the way back. Lats on the bench. 90, 90. We want full tabletop position. Okay, next thing that we'll be doing is a glute focused RDL. So making sure that we're still warming up into it. I have 95 on the bar, so first set of 10 to 12 reps, just a nice warm up. Glute focus, we're gonna have a slight bend in our knee and we're pushing our hips back to the wall. Think like you are closing a car door or closing a door with your butt. You are pushing your hips back into the object behind you. Now we are going into our working set. So I got my handy dandy straps. We have safe sets here at BFit. So safe sets. Use your straps because my thing is my grip is going to give out a lot faster than what my muscle is able to use or what my focus is. So I got my straps to help me with my grip, but we have 4 sets of 8 to 10 reps. Remember, we are still focusing on pushing our hips back. Still focusing on driving our hips back to the wall. Think of it as a reverse hip thrust as we push our hips forward. You should be skimming your shins with the bar. Third exercise, Sumo Deadlifts. Now, what I don't mean, I know this is a very controversial topic, I understand, but it is a glute focus. I am not spreading my legs this far. At this rate, we're working more of our adductors. I don't want to do that. I want to hit more glutes. So my key thing is I'm going to place my feet just a little bit outside of where the serrated marks are. And then I'm going to place my hands. You can do it either pronated or supinated grip, whichever one you choose. I personally have been doing more pronated grip, so my palms are facing me. It has helped me actually work both sides of my glutes and not feel like I'm turning from one side. So same focus, we are working on 4 sets of 8 to 10. Keeping my shins, I'm gonna point my toes out just a little bit. Hands on the inside, dropping your butt down, chest stays up. All right, we are almost there. Hang in there with me. 4th exercise, dumbbell, foot elevated reverse lunge. We're doing 4 sets of 8 to 10. Let me show you how to set it up. All right, so when we set up, your plate is elevated. It is going to be, this is what we want. We want a little bit of elevation, not too high. You can get a 6-inch or 8-inch box if you prefer, or do something like I have done and go a little bit smaller and get just a plate. Main thing is, so now we're getting that deeper stretch here. So as we're going down into a deficit, I am past 90. We're getting more of a stretch in our glutes as we then lunge back up. So we're doing 4 sets, 8 to 10. Let's get after it. All right, final exercise. And of course, it is a superset. Of course, you know, because why not? Why not? So we're going into a single leg step up, 8 on each side. Controversy, I know, but it is okay to guide or hold on to something. You will see me leaning and kind of guiding myself on the bar as I step back off the bench. So it is okay to guide yourself. I'm not grabbing and lifting myself up. I am keeping it there for my own balance. So that way I'm fully focusing on my glutes as I'm stepping down and squeezing and coming back up. That is my main focus, keeping my core nice and tight. So we're doing 8 on each side. Immediately right after, I'm going to keep that weight and I'm going into calf raises still on the bench. Focusing on going all the way down, getting a good stretch in my calves, but I'm only gonna go about halfway up. I'm not gonna come straight up to the top. I'm gonna keep that tension in my calves as I come up to neutral and then really get a stretch on my way down. I am doing between 15 and 20 reps on there, so I'm really burning out my calf, but we're doing 3 sets total, 3 sets, 8 on each side for 8 on each side for the single leg step ups, and then straight into the calf raises, 15 to 20. Here we go. So again, as I am stepping up, I'm going to use the bar as just my guide. I'm not grabbing and pulling myself up. But as I take that step back, I am getting that full stretch, just like we did in the deficits, getting that full stretch in my glutes as I squeeze to stand back up. So I'm keeping that tension, coming down, squeeze, keeping tension. Me just doing this right now, I can feel the burn. So 8 to 10 on each side, and then straight into the calf raise. So I'm gonna keep my weight. I'm going to bend my knees to keep my calves, and I'm coming up to neutral. All the way down, up to neutral. All the way down, up to neutral. Your back foot should not be pressing from it. It is just there as your guide to say, hey, you know what? You're at the ground. You should not be pushing up. It is there as your guide to be like, hey, we've made it. Squeeze, stand back up. There, squeeze, and up. So now it's only right that we assault ourselves on the assault bike after a nice leg day. We're doing intervals. We're going to do 45 seconds on, 30 seconds off, and we are doing it 6 times for a total of 7.5 minutes. 7.5 minutes of work, and that's it. And then we're done. Finito. That's it. So again, 45 seconds on, 30 seconds, you are still moving. So 45 seconds does not look like this. 45 seconds is that you are pumping it out for 45 seconds. Then when you get to that 30 seconds, you can go nice, steady, hands on if you want, hands off, but you are still moving. Your legs do not stop. If you want your hands on, great, but your legs do not stop moving for 7.5 minutes. 45 seconds on, 30 seconds off. All right, well, that finishes our glute workout of the day, and I promised there were no squats. Again, you're welcome. You're welcome. So make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one.